Hello, everybody. Let's talk about silver today. I watched a show today, a good video, and a lot that I discuss about when I go to coin shows about silver. Are people buying it? What is the price going to be at? If you're a dealer, what are you offering to buy back of spot, or what are you selling your silver at? Are you selling back of spot, or maybe 50 cents over? Hey, are people buying it? And a lot of honesty came out today. I was watching one of my featured channels, again, Silver Seeker. Great channel. And it's nice to see honesty. I really like that. And I would be very leery if people are saying, silver's selling really good, because it's not. And this is the reason why. Um, we already know the COVID stuff, and we had repercussions because of that. We had supply chain disruptions, and it just kind of swung into like a recession, and everything costs more money. People are just dumping the silver. That's the number one problem. There's just so much silver that is flooding the market, flooding it. Physical silver flooding the market like crazy. People look at the silver and they just don't even ask about it. They don't even care. Um, and I guess it's really just not in demand right now, which tells you a couple things. People are just holding it because they're uncertain on what's going on right now, and this is just so interesting of times right now. I can't even keep up with the stories, with the news stuff going on. It's constant all day long. Tariffs, making deal, postponing tariffs. So when he proposed these tariffs as a tool, right? So we're looking at him making deals, and he likes the deal that he's making with another leader, specifically Mexico. They got 10,000 troops on the border. And I don't know, we have to talk about this stuff anyways to make my point. Because, that just shows that that country is willing to negotiate and make a deal. So for now, tariffs have been postponed for about a month for Mexico. Right now, as I'm making this video right now, Trump is talking to Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. So hopefully we have good news. And man, I'm really, really mad. Well, not mad, but I love Canada. I hate to see this happening to Canada. You know, um, Good old Canada. I mean, I love your country. Okay, you got a beautiful wilderness. You got great people. So I have a lot of friends there from Canada. We get a lot of our oil, the heavy crude, from Canada, and they give us a sweet deal on it because it's so close. Um, like I said, it's this tariff thing is a tool. He was trying to annex Canada, but I think some good things are going to come out of it. That's just as far as I can go. This information hasn't come out yet, but it might be coming out tonight. I don't know. I'd like to know, but I'm very tiresomely listening to everything there is going on, and I'm waiting for this information because I just think it's very important that we remain allies with Canada, because we have our pipeline. It goes from Alaska, cuts through Canada, and back in the United States. If we have problems when we have to inflict tariffs on Canada, well, then we can't even use the pipeline. So then we're going to have to reroute and ship everything from Vancouver, from Anchorage to Portland, Oregon. That's an extra 6-hour trip shipping, at least. But that's just more of a hassle. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have, I think, 160 capped oil wells ready to go in North Dakota. That's true. It's at least over 100. I'm not sure if it's 160 or 168, but I can definitely tell you it's over 100 capped wells. They're ready to go. They're fully operational. Let's just look at that. But anyway, we do need a good energy source. We do need a stronger country. I was sweating it out for a little bit, thinking, what is Trump doing? He's becoming a psychopath. He's becoming a dictator. But it took me about a day to kind of figure out what he's trying to do. He doesn't want to tell you everything that's on the news because then his enemies or other leaders of countries are going to catch wind of his ideas and his proposed policies, and he's got to keep that secret. And even I didn't know this until now about Canada. Like I thought the tariffs were going to be for China, Russia, Mexico. Before he became president-elect, didn't even know anything about Canada. That was all news to me until recently, last a couple of weeks. So I mean, I love my Canadian brotherhood, man. I mean, well, friends. I have a lot of friends, and I've been up there fishing. It's a great place, I do have a couple pieces. I just love Canada. I just want peace with that country because we're just so closely related. And yes, I know the border problem. I mean, there's some towns in Vermont that the border actually comes right through town like this, even right through a historical building. One side of the building is America, and the other side of the building is Canada, literally inside the building, inside of a house. I mean, down the middle of a street, and it goes through a guy's backyard, and they have rocks and everything and little signs. Hey, you can't cross over this. It's a $5,000 penalty. And I'm like, that is the worst border I've ever seen in my life. You could just walk over, no problem. Nobody's watching you. There's some big gray areas between the United States and Canada. Wow. But anyway, you guys think silver is going to go up because of this? It has been moving that way, hasn't it? And I've been watching a couple other channels too. Even Silver Seeker says, now's the time to just hold silver. He wouldn't recommend you buy silver right now because of the uncertainty in the market. It could go up 75 cents. It could go down 75 cents just as fast. Not saying anything bad about the metal itself. It's just I've said before, there's good times and bad times to buy silver. This is like an uncertain time right now, a very uncertain time to buy silver. I'm not assuming I'm going to do very well selling silver rounds anyways at the show. That's why I buy other things like numismatics and stuff like that, pennies. I'm trying my best, trying to find what's hot in the market. I am an intermediate coin dealer. I'm not the best out there, but I try my best, and it's been a struggle for myself, just for fun. This is just a hobby for myself. It doesn't mean I'm like trying to sell all my stuff to get money. No, because it brings in more stuff. It brings in newer, cool things that I like to have. And, I love this thing. And then somebody gives me a deal on it. I sell it to them, and then I'll buy something else really cool. It's just an addiction. You just can't stop doing. And this is a way for me to extend my addiction for silver and gold and numismatic coins. I just love it so much. There's nothing else I can really say about it, but I am kind of scared of what's going on in the world right now. But at the same time, I gotta trust our president's judgment. I think he's onto something, trying to build this country much stronger. I know there's a lot of naysayers out there that say he's just going to cause inflation and it'll cause a lot of problems. But hey, there's going to be a lot of pain in the beginning. There's going to be some pain. But if you think about it in retrospect, like say Walmart they buy a vacuum from China for $100, okay? But they've been selling it at their store for $150. Okay, the tariff for the $100 makes it 110. That's 10%. So the consumer is paying that extra 10% tariff, which makes the total price of that vacuum now 160. It doesn't seem like a lot, does it? But when a carton of eggs costs almost as much as a diamond ring nowadays, it's kind of getting annoying. In my opinion, it's crazy. We need eggs. We need commodities like this. The good building blocks of health and fitness. We need to have these things. I don't like the junk food as much, but it is what it is. Uh, the health department is the health department. They're gonna figure that stuff out if they do or they don't, whatever. It's all choice. It's everybody's choice to do whatever they want. They want to buy gold, they want to buy silver, they want to buy this food or that food, or for whatever reason. It is what it is. That's just the way the market is. The market's just really, really crazy in all these different venues. It's gonna be pretty interesting. That's all I gotta say. So we'll see what happens at the next coin show. I got one on Saturday. I also like that there's channels out there that are quite honest, and they're not going to be, stimulating their point and being biased or whatever and saying, hey, silver, this is a great time to buy silver, and all this other stuff. But it's nice to see people that are honest and say, it is getting really tough to sell. It really is. And I've been saying this many times, but it's really nice to get other channels saying the same thing. I mean, that just shows honesty, in my opinion, on what's really going on. Even though the price of the metal is going up for other reasons, I think the real underlying thing is in the back of people's minds. They're very uncertain with the market of silver. It could just as well go down $2 next week. It could just as well go up $1 next week. We don't know, and that's what people are thinking. It's just the security and the consistency of the price of the silver itself. That's kind of the key problem. And there's just so much physical silver in the market because people needed to dump it. They're broke. They needed the money for Christmas presents or paying their taxes or whatever. It's just a lot came through in 2024, in the beginning of 2025. There's just so much silver and so much gold in the market. I've heard dealers buying $100,000. Holy cows. You know what they do with that stuff when they buy that much? They have to make sure they get the right price, get it low enough that their wholesaler will offer a little bit higher. They'll pay for all that and they'll ship it up and they'll get their check in a week or two. That's how that's done, because it makes you think like dealers are just millionaires. They're not millionaires, okay? There's going to be a point where the dealers are just going to stop buying your silver because they have too much and they're not selling it. It's just sitting there. They can't let it sit in the shop and try and lose money because of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that the silver is going to go down. They need to ship off at least 500 ounces at a time and get a check so they can get paid, so they can pay their payroll, so they can pay their rent, so they can pay for their shop, pay for bills and whatever else they need. This isn't a joke. What's going to happen to the silver that gets sent to wholesalers? Some of them may be sent even, do I say it, recycling centers? Possibly. Because who's going to snatch all that up? Big tech. Yes, because they need it for their computer chips. That's for sure. Yes, I sure would hate to hear about silver being sent to the recycling center. That would just make me feel really, really horrible that somebody's destroying something like this or destroying something like that or this. It's bullying. They're destroying something that was, a piece of art. It's beautiful. I would hate to see that happen, but if there's just so much of it that's gone from the public into the market and nobody wants to buy it, where is it going to go? I mean, people, it's money. People need money. There's got to be it's got to go somewhere. Something's got to break. And that's the real sad truth about what can happen to silver in the next few months. But hopefully the price holds. Hopefully more than just the price holds. Hopefully the demand can start to pick up again. We need to have some exciting news happening for silver. Oh yeah, in God we trust. I hope so, because that's what's on our money, folks. In God we trust. Silver is God's money, and I really, really love the stuff, and I really love silver. and I love gold. And you know, look at this stuff. I love these. I love Morgans. Calls, cleaned AU, BUs. If you can get them cheap, I love those things. I prefer stacking these things. You know, I don't have very many bullion rounds. If I buy something for myself like this Eagle, this thing's a cull piece. It's been damaged, like it had paint, like this was a painted one, and somebody dipped it and got it off. You can see how dull it is. I think I got, what year is this one? I got this for 20 bucks at the coin shop. That's why I bought it. Because I think silver was like 21, 22 at the time. Since it was cull, I got it for 20 bucks. I've had that for, I think I got that in 2022. So I've had it for a little over 2 years. That's the kind of stuff I like to keep for myself, just because it was a sweet deal, you know. Now look at it. It's basically $30, $31 worth of silver right now for 20 bucks in a 2.5 year time. That's a good symbol right there of what silver can do. It is basically riding with the inflation wave at 26 to 27%. I think gold's up 34%. Excuse me. Gold's up 34% in the same time the silver's gone up 26%. That's fascinating news. And well, I can talk about gold some other day. You know how I feel about gold. I think that's the ultimate goal. I buy silver to work my way up to get gold. When the price is right, you move it, get yourself a couple pieces of gold or cash, whatever you need to use that money for, because this is a great savings account. It helps build you up some value. I think it's a lot better than a CD over time. I think it's great. But what do I know, man? I'm just a silver blog that loves gold and silver and collecting coins. Hope you guys like this video, and guys, see you guys on the next video. You guys have a great one. Thank you.